And what's your weight again? 176, right?
Yeah,
Is that
176.
middleweight?
176 plus. Heavyweight.
Welcome back to the Hub Podcast. This is an amazing week. There's been a great experience for myself and also my son who's 17. And I feel like someone who's next to me right here, who you guys know very well from the Junior Olympics, the champion, 176 pounds plus heavyweight, 15 years old.
Yes.
I can't believe it. When I saw him, I'm like, no, there's no way. If you're Dominican, we're asking for papers. You must be 23. He's built like an ox. I got in the ring with him. I didn't get hit, but, you know, I could feel the vibe and the punches. You know, I think it's a pleasure for me to have Zyon, obviously, Duprey here.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure for all of us who are here in Yonkers, watching this young man grow, you know, from within the neighborhood and setting an example for a lot of kids. Zyon, this is your home. You're more than welcome to come anytime. Thank you for sharing your time with us and sharing your story. I'm gonna have a lot of questions, and you know, I'm sure you're prepared for. If you're ready for the ring, you're ready for whatever comes next, right?
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Right. How did you get started into boxing? Were you a bully in school? And were you being picked on? And were you knocking people out? How did it all start? How did you know you wanted to be a boxer?
Well, I never knew I wanted to be a boxer, to be honest. I just was always going through a lot of stuff. And the gym just came naturally. Like, I was going through a lot of stuff at home, a lot of stuff in stuff, getting kicked out of school and stuff like that. Just always fighting, just being an angry kid, stuff like that, yeah.
So you didn't take that in video games? I mean, most kids are like just playing video games, Call of Duty or whatnot. You were just having issues at school?
Yeah, school, you know, so I would get bullied from time to time, but I was always fighting. I was always...
We're gonna look for those guys now, see what's
bother
up.
people, yeah. I was always just getting into trouble, just always getting into trouble and stuff like that. And then one day, my grandma brought me down to the gym and stuff like that.
Okay.
And in the beginning, I wasn't really going to take it serious. I was just going to just get it over with and stuff like that. And then I met Coach John from there, and everything just happened.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What was your first day at the gym? Did you say, this is not for me, this is something that I can do, or am I tough enough? I don't know if I'm tough enough to take my head a hit myself, because boxing is a super contact sport, not like other sports.
Yeah.
And how did you know you were okay to get in, you know, in training in a fight?
Yeah, I always had confidence.
You always had confidence.
Yeah, I always believed in myself a lot, like very much. So I always knew whatever I do, I would be good at it. Like always was confident.
Gotcha.
What I did.
And you know, your experience, obviously, you've been, you know, 15 years old, but it seems like by the looks of it, all these belts that we have here, very impressive record. You said you're most proud of this one here.
Yeah.
And which one was your first belt, actually?
My first belt was right here. This was my first belt. I fought in I fought out here in my hometown in the Grand Roosevelt Ballroom.
Okay.
Yep.
Knocked the guy out.
It was second round stoppage.
Second round stoppage. That's right.
That's right. Yep.
As far as fighting is concerned, what's your mentality getting into the ring? What do you think about? How do you feel like? Obviously, you have to be super confident, you know, to fight someone else that you probably have never seen before. But where is that confidence for you? Where did you get that confidence to go into the ring and fight someone?
Well, usually before a fight, I'm always very, very nervous, you know. Everybody gets those jitters. I'm always like nervous and going through it and everything like that, just waiting for the fight to come. But me and my coach always go through like the game plan and stuff like that, and we have a talk. Usually I put my hand on his shoulders, he put his hand on mine, and we talk through the game plan, and he lets me know everything's gonna be good.
So you rely on your training, obviously you're a coach, you have a great coach, we'll get to him in a minute.
Yeah.
As far as, did you have anybody that you looked up into, like as boxing was concerned? Was it Floyd Mayweather, Tyson, or Muhammad Ali, which is my favorite boxer of all time? Was there someone that you said, you know?
I always wanted to be just like Mike Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson, yeah. I love Mike. Just watching his story and just seeing some of the similarities that like he's gone through, and having somebody that I could watch that I can kind of like see myself in, like some of the situations he's been in and stuff like that, and then just hearing the way he talks about his boxing career and stuff like that, and like deeper than his fights, I've watched more of interviews and stuff like that than his fights too. I watched all his fights and stuff like that, and it's
Gotcha.
he had it hard growing up too.
Correct.
So,
and you got to meet him. I saw a picture.
Yep.
How was that experience to meet, your idol?
It was a great experience. It was actually a surprise.
Really?
My coach surprised me. Yeah, it was a really good surprise. It was cool. It was awesome. Like, it was amazing to meet him. I was shocked. Yeah,
Did you get to speak to him at all? Did he give you any pointers or advice?
I did. When I first got up to him, I shook his hand and stuff. And before we took the picture, I was just like, I love you, Mike. I love you a lot. I watch you a lot. I'm gonna be just like, I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be like you one day. And he was like, just keep training and keep working hard.
Okay.
And then he talked to my coach for a bit too.
Okay. Does he know that you're called Baby Tyson as well?
I think my coach mentioned it. He might have mentioned it. Yeah.
Okay. What did he say? Anything in reference to that? Like, did he say,
Well, he saw the medal because at the time that was when I won my first Junior Olympic medal. And that was actually a tournament he also won at the same age, at the same weight class.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you see the similarity
Yeah,
between the two.
it was crazy, yeah.
Oh, man. So as far as boxing, how do you categorize your style? Like, are you a, jab guy or a hook? Or I'm not profoundly, a boxing savant or anything, but what's your style? Well, how would you consider it?
I feel like I can do different styles. I can either bang with you, I can brawl, or I know how to box you. Like, it depends on the fighter I'm fighting, to be honest. Like, if a guy's coming out just trying to brawl, I'll probably get him gassed, jab, use my jab, use my legs, my footwork and stuff like that. And then if I know I got him, I'll just go for the finish.
So this past summer, you were in Vegas. How was that experience?
Yes.
It was a tournament style, and you won that as well, right?
Yeah, yes.
How many fights did you have in that tournament?
I had 2 fights in that tournament.
2 fights?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously you won both of them because
Yes.
you're the number one guy. So one of the things is, number one ranking, right? The number one ranked, like there are people coming after you. How's your approach to that? I mean, if I'm going to fight against you, I guess I can sneak up on you because you really don't know me.
Yeah.
But now you're being targeted. You have that, this is the guy I want to knock out, so I can be number one. How's your approach to that? Like, how do you manage being on top, basically, which is not easy?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's actually really hard to be on top because you always have to outwork. You can never bring your B game. Nobody's worried about that. Everybody's worried about your A game and how you come and how you bring yourself. You got to always be prepared. You got to always train harder than the next person. And there's a lot of things I can't do at my age that I would want to do, go out and have fun with people, but
Correct.
I have to.
So you have to limit yourself to
limit myself.
So obviously what you eat, your training.
Yeah.
I saw you at the gym the other day. I mean, half of the things you guys were doing there, I wish I did on a regular basis. I'd be a different story. But getting back to boxing, it's pretty interesting that at 15 years old, you're shaping up your future. You're shaping up what your career and what your life could be going forward. How do you envision that? Like I always tell my son, a lot of people can see, but not a lot of people have vision. What's your vision to the future of how do you see this progressing in your lifestyle, in your life?
I see it progressing in a positive way, as well as depending on the way that I work on myself in and out of the gym as well. Because, from time to time, it can become a struggle. It can be hard on your mental as well, because boxing is a lonely sport.
Correct.
So, sometimes I have to have those conversations with my coach and stuff like that, and usually when we have those conversations, it gets me back on track and just keeps me with a positive mindset, because I definitely need that from time to time, that reassurance that, this can be possible, you can make it, you can do this, you can do that, and just having that type of person, that role model that I never really had, having somebody to tell me that, it definitely motivates me and it makes me want to work harder.
So definitely, you guys have a great team. I visited the Brother to Brother and the gym, Yonkers Knockouts gym. It's an amazing place. We'll get to Coach John in a few minutes. But as far as your schoolwork, how do you handle that? Because I know boxing is very intense as far as getting physically fit. How do you manage that, and how do you make sure that you're on track with school as well?
This year is kind of shaky in school. I wasn't doing my best like I should have. I definitely could have did a lot better in school. Right now, I got a little bit of summer school I got to catch up on and stuff like that. But besides that, I know I could do better and stuff like that. Training, I feel like when you want to do something and, you have your priorities, you should be able to manage both. So, that's something I definitely look forward into finishing as well. I want to finish school as well.
Correct. I mean, you're growing into a young man. You're going to be 18 at one point, you know, in 3 years.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we've all who are older have seen that are going to come into play, whether it's girlfriends, whether it's, you know, friends, or, you know, partying or whatnot. So all these things you have to kind of put in perspective and prioritize how you go about those things that might affect your boxing career. Yeah. Are you know, do you have some type of idea how you want to handle those things, or are you working as a team to make sure that, you know, those things do not become a block on your, you know, on your career? You know, those things that you have to talk about, obviously, with Coach John and whoever else is supporting you. Are you looking at, like, you know, you're in high school, but what happens when I go to college and, you know, I meet someone, or, you know, I have friends? Like, there's a lot of things coming out, especially when you're number one. I mean, it must be a lot of stress, right? That management, or how do you look at that perspective of handling so many things that are kind of going to come at you? The more you keep winning, right? So, you understand the question? Like,
it can get stressful sometimes. So, it can get stressful at times, and those are usually the times I speak to my coach, and, you know, we have conversations about, you know, girlfriends and friends and going out and doing certain things. And, you know, usually when I'm preparing for a fight, I have to block everything out, kind of isolate myself.
Gotcha. So you have a comfort zone, and then you go into it and you start thinking. Like you said, boxing is a very mental game. When I spoke to Coach John, he said that when so many things are happening, you have to calm yourself down to look at, you know, your opponent. So I think it's almost the same as life. I mean, when I'm stressed out, you know, whether it's I'm at work or at home, you have to take a minute to think about certain things. What's your comfort zone? Do you play another sport? Do you have a hobby?
I usually do a lot of running.
Running?
I double up my training.
Okay.
Usually to keep my mind clear. You know, double up my training, watch a lot of boxing tapes and stuff like that, just to get myself going, get myself prepared, stuff like that. Fix up my eating.
Right.
You know, just a lot of good things, just a lot of positive things.
Do you have a lot of people? What's your experience with people coming up to you and looking up to you as far as a role model for other teenagers that might not have, you know, the opportunity to perform, you know, at your level, but they see you as somebody who is, you know, quote unquote, the hood or the, you know, hometown guy, can make it? Have you got any experiences with those situations, like stories of, like, I'm looking up to you, your next fight, or?
Yeah, I've had some conversations with some guys that I've known that were in my position a while back, you know, just being in trouble, being in the street, just doing things and stuff like that. And, you know, I always tell them, you know, there's always you should always have something good to do. You know, there's more than just being in the street. You know, there's more than just being out here with these kids nowadays. You know, everything is wild now. You know, there's more that you can do with your life. You know, you can make it. You know, you can do things. If I could do it, you could do it too. You know.
Definitely. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to invite you to the show, because in our neighborhood, obviously, there's a lot of kids that you see outside and maybe just outside of Snipes waiting for the next sneaker drop. Instead of working out or maybe getting into, you know, some schoolwork or learning something new. I think you're showing other kids, you know, quote unquote, because you're almost a grown man at 15 years old, the path that you can take, what you put in and what you take out is basically 100% back to you. As going forward to your next fight, when is your next fight schedule? How does that, you know, who manages that? The next tournament, how does that work out?
Well, right now, our next tournament will be in December. We'll be going out to Lubbock, Texas.
Texas.
The goal for that is to get down to 176 flat. Yeah,
okay.
We're going to try a new weight class. We're going to adjust some things. And
so you do a lot of traveling then. Most tournaments are outside of New York.
Yeah, a lot of the tournaments are a lot of flying.
And this is picked by your team. Like, you choose what tournaments you want to fight in, or is it like? Yeah,
my coach does the selections and stuff. That he makes a lot of good choices and a lot of good what's good for me and the fights that will benefit me.
Gotcha.
He helps me out a lot.
Interesting. So talk to me about these belts. I mean, this is a very heavy belt. This is the best in boxing of, well, King of the Jungle.
Yeah, this was one of my most meaningful belts. This was one of my hardest belts to get. I had a really tough opponent for this one.
Okay.
Especially because I actually, the guy I fought for this belt, he beat me in our first fight.
Oh, he beat you?
Yeah,
okay.
I only had one loss. He beat me in my first fight, and it was a hard mental game fighting this guy.
So you knew his style already, but you knew you had to adapt to his game.
Just fought my fight, and did my thing and listened to my corner and we did it. Yeah.
And the medals are separate from the
Some of them are for the belts. Like this one right here. This is the 2024 national championship.
Oh wow!
In December last year. This one comes with this one right here.
Okay. And the one you got in Vegas is.
My Vegas is.
Oh, they didn't give you a belt. They just give you an Olympic.
Yeah,
okay.
Gold medal.
So is a path going forward to try to join the Olympic team and you get selected through tournaments?
Yeah, that's the goal right now. Just working hard, making it to the Olympic team.
And at what age are you eligible to be part of the Olympic team?
I think it's 18.
18?
18 years old.
So you got 3 more years to go.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of fights in between.
Yeah.
Well, Zyon, I know everybody was expecting this interview. I was expecting it myself as well. I just want to talk to your coach John for a second because I like to pick his brain how the whole process works, and obviously give him a lot of credit for what he's building in you. I mean, we see a reflection here of the hard work. I know, like you mentioned, it's not a one-man show; it's a team behind you.
Yeah.
And I think Coach John is finding, not diamonds in the rough, as they say, and shaping them. And you're a perfect example of that. Thank you for sharing your story. I hope some of you guys who are watching see some inspiration. Even if you're older, you may have kids. Show them in the right path. Come to Yonkers Knockouts. Come talk to Zyon. He's on the right path, and I don't think he's going to disappoint us in any way. Because we wish you the best in boxing, but you're a great kid.
Thank you.
Now you'll become a better man in the future.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you for not knocking me out the other day in the ring. So Coach John, we're gonna segue to Coach John real quick. Thank you, John, again. John Morris. Yes. Yeah. Now I only know his age because I did his
Okay.
Welcome back to the second half of the show. We have Coach John Morrison here.
Yes.
Science coach, his ring man, are you the cut man too, or is that someone else?
No, someone else does the cuts. Well, he don't get no cuts. So we don't need the cut man.
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to our show. Thank you for inviting me to your gym the other day.
Thank you for having me.
I had a great experience. I'm learning a lot from the whole aspect of boxing is concerned. You watch it on TV, but you don't know really the backstory to how much hard work is being put in. You yourself were a boxer at one point or another, right?
Yes.
You mentioned. You won undefeated, you said. Is that what it was?
I boxed for Sal Clarente, the Yonkers PAL.
Yes, who just retired, right?
Yep, 1980, 81, 82.
Wow. So how was the transition? When did you become a coach? When you say, listen, this is my passion. I can't do it anymore in the ring, but I'm going to train these young guys and I'm going to find boxers.
Wow, that's a tricky question. Because I actually was going to take my son swimming at the Y.
Okay.
And they told me they had a boxing upstairs, and I just went upstairs to see how it was going. And I said they had an opening for another coach, and I said I could do that. I've never coached before, and I realized how much Sal did for us because I didn't know the backstories.
Okay.
Getting books, setting appointments, making sure the boxes are here, making sure they're. So then I had to learn that whole routine, and each year I got better and better.
Okay.
But first starting, it was a little shaky because I didn't know the coaching part.
Correct.
And just like boxing, I had to go back to the basics.
Correct.
And somebody had to teach me what tournaments, what weight classes, what you're doing for your boxers, and that's how I just started to become a coach. And there's 4 of us there.
4
that's,
coaches.
Me, Coach Pat, Coach Marilyn, and Coach Crystal.
Coach Crystal, how you doing? Hope you're watching. It's an amazing place. You said yourself it was very difficult at first because not everybody had your vision of what you wanted to create. You had some rough times, just like any other, first startup and at first, anything. Financial issues, you bob and weave those. Is that is that the term you want to use?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
You may have done tumble a little bit, but you came back and you kept on fighting.
Yes.
How hard was it to set up your gym?
It was hard because, like always, every time you move 3 steps forward, it seemed like you take 2 steps back, or something would come up, But I have to thank the people in Yonkers, the people who support us, and the people in the community because they made sure that I was able to do what I had to do, you know, and the help and the leadership of people just saying, listen, we'll go here and ask for this. And that's, like I said, once again, back to the basics. I didn't know anything about doing it, and people stepped up to show me the path on how to do it. And that helped us a lot. And because of that, we're here and we're there where we are today.
Correct. And like Zyon said earlier, it's part of boxing is what you put in and what you're getting back.
That's right.
And you're putting in a lot of work in that, and it shows. You have over 20 boxers there.
Yeah, on the boxing team, we got right now 40 boxers.
40 boxers.
Yeah. And then we started kids at 6 years old. So from 6 to 11, we have 30 in that class, and then we have 50 in the 12 to 17.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, do you find that it's like, is that across the board, people are gravitating towards boxing?
Because and a lot of people are coming just to learn self-defense. You know, it's a lot, this era, it's a lot of the bullying.
Correct.
And like, you know, just being able to have, and it's not even self-defense. I always tell people that it's confidence. If you could have more confidence in yourself, a lot of kids just don't have confidence.
Correct.
And when you believe in yourself and you have more confidence, it's not even about fighting. You know how to handle yourself.
Correct.
And I think that's one of the big things that we promote at Yonkers Knockouts.
Correct.
You know, and we always promote walk away, but we do say if someone put their hands on you, you have the right to defend yourself.
Correct. And you mentioned there's a kid, a new kid that doesn't even speak the language.
Yes.
He just came from Europe. Is he European?
He's from
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Yes, and he doesn't.
Afghanistan.
But he's a short kid. I mean, how old is he? He's like 13 years old, right?
Yeah, he's about 13. Very skinny. He's very thin guy. But what it is what I respect him so much for is he came to the gym. He likes the gym, and he made like him and one of the boxers, Kevin. They got together. But he has a phone, and he'll look at me and say, "Coach." He has a phone where he, I guess, types it in or whatever, and then
and you hear what
he says, and I type back to tell him what I want.
Wow.
And it's amazing to me because I'd be laughing sometimes. I'm like, this is going to be a long show with me and him. When he makes it, I'm going to tell people, hold up for a second. I got to type this in. He's the champ.
Amazing.
Yeah. But he's there, and he loves it.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him training as well. It's an inspirational story. I mean, to come to another country and still trying to, your passion from, you know, you could just give it up and do whatever here.
Exactly.
You know, you get distracted, play video games or whatnot.
That's right.
You know. What has been the most difficult part from just having a gym, like managing, you know, obviously the employees, the trainers, the kids that might come every day with different issues, and you know, I see some type of you know, father figure, and also like a mentor and a coach is like different. You got to wear different hats, right?
Yes, and I always tell them that I wear 10 different hats, and then I have to deal with over 100 different personalities. Because like to Zyon, I can go to him and say, straighten it up right now. Another kid like Paul, I got to say, hey Paul, I know you're doing the best you can. I just need you to give me a little extra. So I have to know each personality that I'm getting ready to speak to. And I think the hardest part, I wouldn't say it's hard, but I would say that the parents understand they're not boxers.
Correct.
Because you have a lot of parents that come in that want to co-train, and it's like, you know, we're the trainers, you're not. Understandably, you want to be here, but I would say it hasn't been tough with the young people because I give a speech every night. Right? So that's not just once a week. Every night they go home to a speech, and I tell the parents, let them be them. I'll take care of that. You bring the boys, I'll send you back men. But
wow.
You're not a coach, and you're not a boxer.
Right.
So what you may think needs, like, for example, I have one parent who, my son sparred today. Your son's not ready to spar. My son's ready to spar. You know, my son's not ready to spar. Trust me.
Wow. So he wants to.
Yeah, because you have some parents that they want the kid to live through them.
Correct. They want to live their life.
Yeah. And I'm like, let the kid be the kid. I'll let you know when he's ready to spar, but right now he's not. So I would say I wouldn't say the problem. I'm just saying that is one of the bigger things that we deal with.
Right.
That getting the parents on board. Some parents.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So as far as going back to Zyon, how was the process of getting him to where he is now? How difficult was that? You know, was there a point in time where you're like
very difficult?
Very difficult.
Very difficult.
Oh, wow.
Zyon was one of my biggest one of the biggest tests. I'm gonna say the biggest, one of the biggest tests, because Zyon had his own idea of what he was going to do when he came to the gym.
Oh, wow.
You know, basically, I'm doing what Zyon wants to do, and I'm going to let everybody else know and have all the other guys follow me because I'm Zyon. And I'm like, okay, well, now all three of y'all are gone for the day.
Wow.
You know, and then it went on a regular basis of me suspending him. He pretty much was going to try to hold his own. I'm still not going to listen. Still not going to listen.
Yeah.
So one day, I told him, don't even come to the door. He came to the door.
Wow.
I said, don't even come to the door. Just go back where you came from. And he was like, you serious, coach? I said, yeah, I'm dead serious. Right? And I don't know what came over him. He came back and said, listen, I want to apologize for my behavior. I want to learn how to box. I want to be the champion. And I gave him a hug and said, okay, then we're going to start from here. Past is the past. Let's start from here. And from that day, me and Zyon have never had a problem. We've been basically a tight team.
Wow.
You know, and he'll come and check me for whatever he's going to do. Coach, I wanted to do this. Do you think it's a good idea? You know, because like I tell people, it's easy to leave, but it's also easy to go back.
Correct, correct.
So I try to keep you in that level, but I still want you to have fun.
Definitely, definitely. Are you impressed by his progress? As obviously, everything speaks for itself here.
Yes.
I mean, all the medals he has, all the belts.
I'm most impressed with him, the listening, and I got to give him credit for trusting me, right, and believing in us. And it's not just me who brought that together. You know, Marilyn, Crystal, right, and Pat. They've also we work as Zyon may say, okay, Crystal's going to be my therapist, and I'll talk to her on everything, and we'll get back to you. She might not want to tell me something. Marilyn, his conditioning coach, right? Pat to have him doing technical things, and then we all together work together as one, and we put the information around. And we do that with every student that we have. And then Jericho, my brother, he's more of the mentor of you can make it, you can do it. He gives them all different things like that to let them understand it. You can make it too. So we don't get into it. For example, if you came to the gym and you didn't really care for me, but you said, okay, I want to work with Marilyn. I don't say, oh, no, I'm the coach and you're going to work with me.
Correct.
Marilyn got you.
Gotcha.
And if she can get out of you what we need, she gets it, but the information is shared so we know what we're working with, and we work with different issues.
Gotcha. Besides Zyon, do you have other boxers in the gym where you say, okay, we may have something here, we just got to work this? Is it like?
Yes.
Okay.
We got Kevin Styles, great boxer. Jameer can't get right, great boxer. Right, great boxer. We have a few upcoming. We had Little Prime, Andrew Prime. He's another one. So I would say right now, up and coming, we have maybe 8 boxers that you can look out for, that you're going to hear, you know, big things about them. I'm glad that he's opened the door for them.
Correct.
And they're all coming. The ones that want to come, they're coming behind them, and they had exciting shows. We're leaving Tuesday for Ringside. It's in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Michigan, okay.
Yeah. So we have eight of our guys going. 6 of them, this is going to be their first fight ever there.
Wow.
And we're looking for them to do well. We got Elijah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's we call him Shockwave.
I think I saw him fight last time at the ballroom.
So he's another one.
It's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. So he's gonna. We expect him to come back with some belts.
Okay.
And like I tell my guys, we don't go nowhere to participate.
We go there to win, huh?
Yeah, we don't participate. We go to win. And if we don't, we don't. But we definitely don't leave here to participate.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing. This is an amazing story. I don't know how many questions I can ask you. We could go on for days. You have your brother to brother where he's a DJ. You guys have your own podcast. Hopefully I get invited. We get invited there as well.
Of course, of course.
They have a beautiful ring. They have a beautiful gym. Watch out for the dog. What's his name?
Mamba.
Mamba?
Mamba. Like Kobe Bryant, the Mamba.
German Shepherd, this big. I was scared to leave the gym. I'm like, he's gonna let me out.
Yeah, that's our security.
Everybody's a fighter there. I don't think he needs security there. We're a boxing gym. You got a German Shepherd.
Yes,
everybody's a boxer.
He was a part. Actually, he was a part of the plan.
Okay.
Our vision, our plan that we wanted to do when we got the gym, because the three owners are me, Marilyn, and Crystal.
Yes.
And our plan, we sat down with the plan, and we said, and we want to get a German Shepherd. So when the gym was ready, The next day we drove and got a German Shepherd.
Wow.
We brought him home with 8 weeks up on my shoulder.
Wow.
And he came with the gym.
You trained him a little
Yes.
bit?
No, he's good. Well, you've been in there, you see he don't bother you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean,
anything outside the door is the enemy. As long as you don't come inside, he protects the kids.
and I have a Yorkie for a dog. He's getting the hell out of my house. I'm going to get a German Shepherd from now on. The damn Yorkies, you don't bark too much.
Yes.
But as far as future, obviously going to Michigan, what other local tournaments that we can go see and cheer for you guys coming up?
Yes, well,
besides December's and
December's the next one that's coming. The next shows that we'll have will be next year.
Next year?
Yeah, next year. We were throwing 3 shows next year. I made it was me. I forgot to put in for the shows this year, so I had to eat that one. But we already put in for the 3 shows next year. I know it's going to be in May, June, and September.
Okay.
So when we'll get in touch with you and let you know.
Definitely.
On what's going on.
You guys have an amazing gala that I assisted last year as well. This year? This year?
It was this year. And I didn't know you were there, and I'm glad you came because one thing we always one of our mottos is we're not just boxing.
Correct.
And I'm sure when you came to the gala, you understood.
It was amazing.
What we were talking about. We have a young man playing the violin. A young man is art. The other young man was on the drum. We try to bring out that they're boxers, but they're more than boxers.
Correct.
And that's another one of our mottos, and that's what the gala was all about when we had it. So that was a good night for us. But I wanted to speak to you about when you asked him about that belt.
Yes.
What made it so hard? When Zyon only had 2 fights when he fought this guy in the finals. It was only 2 fights. And when someone beats you, and then the next year you go for that same tournament, and then you meet him and say, okay, this is the guy that beat me. This is the one that beat me. I got to really, he went in there with confidence. Me and him, we do this thing together where there's a song we play.
Okay.
And that means a lot to him. I won't say that, what the song is, but it means a lot to him. And I usually ask him, are you ready? He goes, I'm ready. So when we're walking down, that's when he becomes what we call Baby Tyson.
Baby, okay.
Zyon's gone now. When we say Baby Tyson's there, he looks at you and he gets into his Baby Tyson mode. And I said, let's just do what we do. And when he won that fight, it was just so, because to beat somebody who beat you, it's hard.
Definitely, that's twice as hard.
Yeah, and he did it, and he did it in fashion.
Wow.
And we were proud of him, and so hats off to Zyon. And like I said, he's come a long way from the day I met him.
Definitely, and it shows, obviously, like we said earlier. I want to thank you for coming to the show. I don't want to cut it short, but I know people's attention span is on the internet. I want to commend you for what you're doing for the community. Not only, obviously, for young kids, but it's also an inspiration for us as parents. That we see that there are juveniles that are willing to go forward, and there's some positive. You hear so many negative stories in the streets.
Yes.
That this is a very, very inspirational story that's being written as we speak. You're holding the pen, you're passing it along to your teammates, and I think it's an amazing story. And the more we can become a part of it, after your next fight, come back, win or lose, like you win or lose, even though you're not gonna lose, but come back, tell us about it, share your story, share with our audience. Coach John, thank you for sharing your time with us again.
Thank you.
And we'll be back. We'll do a lot of great things together because I think there's a lot of plans that we could, for the youth. I'm always open. Chris, who's behind the scenes, is also a.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. He has a nonprofit organization as well that he's going to be bringing kids together to play flag football. Girls as well, which is not very popular around here, but there's a lot of youth. If you go here on Halloween, there's a million kids.
Yeah.
But you don't see them participating. They must be home, like I said.
And his name is Chris?
Chris, yeah.
And Chris, what I tell Chris is this, Chris, there's enough for us to be working together in collabos, and a lot of times we need to start doing that and saying we all need to come together. It's not just because we box or you doing that. We can have little fun games together, get together. One of the biggest things that I want to promote, and I've been trying to promote, that we have to come together to save the youth. It can't be one person, and sometimes we got to put our egos back here. There is no leader. It's just all of us getting together to make sure the youth survive.
100%, 100%. Thank you again, Coach John. brother to brother, Yonkers Knockouts.
Yes.
The champion here, Zyon, with a Y.
Yes.
Duprey. Baby Tyson. Good luck at your next match.
Thank you.
Boxing match. And thank you again for coming through. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be here maybe in a couple of weeks, maybe a week, depends who shows up. Again, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And always welcome. This is your house. Let's go.